we're both gonna do it, but
Alright, yeah, let's do it together. Let's do the iCarly intro. Ready?
I don't even
And
know the Charlie intro, dude.
no, you don't know the iCarly intro?
I don't watch things. I never have watched.
Well, just so you know, I started recording so I could get that little interaction.
Damn. All right. We're
uh,
we're we're going.
yeah, so you get the intro. It was your idea.
All right. So welcome everybody to the Atlas occasionally. This is our little podcast thing. Hold on, I actually gotta look at these notes, huh?
Probably a good idea, man.
Probably a good idea to actually have this up. So, I talked to Shard about a week back if he wanted to do this with me, and he said yes. So we planned it this week, and now we're gonna record first episode, and hopefully have it out probably this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, most likely we'll be up this weekend, but I think we should introduce ourselves. Uh, my lovely friend here is Killer Pike, the marvelous sentinel and the creator of the infamous Inachan. And
Yeah.
I'm
Everybody just know me as that.
and I'm Shardy and Preston. Y'all probably see me stream on Twitch, but yeah.
So, I'm bad at this. All right. So, kind of the idea for this podcast is we want to do it mostly around Atlas and Atlas community, Atlas history, Atlas features, Atlas pretty much everything.
So we can
Because
post the
Shard and I
link
are
in
hosting.
public.
What?
So we can post the link in public.
Yeah, basically. Because Shard and I are hosting it is probably going to be really weird and go into our personal lives way more than it should, but like that's fine, you know.
If we
So
start making out, I'm sorry guys, you'll just have to deal with the ASMR.
we're just right in the middle of you just everyone's just like, wait.
Oh,
So we're looking to put out in the future we're looking to put out probably 2 of these a week, maybe 3 depending on how many we can record in a weekend, but for now it's just going to be one because we're trying to figure out how this is going to work and see if we have any kinks and whatnot. I mean, I know Shard has some, but
yeah, I got the rope in the car.
this went downhill way fast when I did it too, and I already hate it.
Hey, I don't know about you, but I'm looking at the top of a hill right now.
Yep, nobody's watching this after the first episode. That's cool. All right. So, yeah.
All right. That's the
that.
introduction, right? We made it
Yeah.
through One Piece.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think anybody cares anymore, but we made it through.
Yeah, we're on the 3-minute mark, so not too bad. It's supposed to be 5 to 10 minutes, so
today what we're going to be doing is mostly we're just going to be keeping it rather light for this first episode just to see how everything goes. So what we're just going to be doing is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give a brief history of ourselves on Atlas, what nations we've been a part of, what we've done, stuff like that. So Shard, if you want to go first, you can go first.
Oh boy, let's see. Yeah, all right, I will go first. So I am Shardy and Preston. I think when I first joined the server, I was known as the One Titan One.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because this was 2 years ago, and I
Oh,
didn't change it until after I realized how RP based Atlas was.
gotcha.
When I first joined, uh, was amazed by the server, especially the builds because I was so obsessed with building. And then I get a PM from the marvelous Whisperer of the Nation of Apex within my first hour of playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
For those of you who don't know, Apex is basically the old Wardens. They recruited.
Bro, you can't slam them that early in the podcast. Jesus, it's been 5 minutes and already slamming Wardens.
Sorry. I don't mean anything by that. That was a joke. Anyway, so I ended up joining the Nation at Apex, and within the first month, the War of Lies broke out. For those of you who don't know, the War of Lies was a fight between Arius, the Chimerian Khanate versus New Swabia, Apex, and I think Meridian was a part of it too.
Yeah, it was Meridian.
And
Freaking
Digger.
yeah, it was such a digger thing to do. Anyway,
um, so I was instantly, since I was active, I was instantly thrust into a position of power. I was like the librarian, and I posted my first lore thing, which was telling the story of Whisper's time in how we joined Atlas. I think it was called the Days of Yore. It got so many downvotes, it was not even funny.
I think actually no, you know what? No, I won't. I won't even say it. Just keep going.
um, so I eventually I got tired of the war because back then I had a really crappy computer and I couldn't PvP worth a shit. So I would always just die, and I was scared to do any quests because Arius was hunting us like animals.
No.
So, say what you wanted to say, Pike. We got plenty of time. We're like,
Well, I think back when you were probably going to be getting downvoted on that was probably about the time Rax and Ollie were spam downvoting things on the forums. So
oh yeah, and the reactions on anything posted by anyone.
yeah, it basically just got downvoted to shit because we had like 14 negative reactions on one of our posts. So that was cool. But yeah.
Yeah. Oof. Then that's when I discovered the infamous Boozglade.
Oh,
Uh,
God.
Whisper was a former member of them before he created Apex, and I joined. I started playing around with Boozblade because they were fun. They were not so war driven, even though they hated Arius. And first month with them was pretty fun. I got dual citizenship. I met Pike. I met Kaipen, and
I think
then
that most of my current friends in Boozglade actually, at least in
yeah,
the Discord.
yeah, same here actually. That's how I met Bezel.
Yeah, same. That's where I met Pat.
Yeah. Anyway, that didn't last long because Boozglade. Um, I won't get into the drama of that, but
Yeah, please. They're actually starting to come back, so just don't.
yeah, no. So they I left just to like not have that stress on me, and around that time is when the ETP sabotaged the dev server or a testing server, and it went down, and a mass ban went into place. I was considered a member of ETP at the time, even though I barely talked in the Discord. I did not even know about the server attack.
Also, it's important to point out that that attack did absolutely nothing at the end of the day, just so everybody knows.
Oh yeah, I did nothing. The server I'm on right now is the test server. Like, did nothing. It doesn't affect Atlas.
No, it actually did nothing. It was kind of funny, actually, that was the way that they decided to do it. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
And so I ended up getting banned from Atlas due to association. And at the time, like I was going through some stuff in life, and Atlas was just getting way too stressful. So I was like, okay, fine. But eventually, the want for to come back to Atlas came back as the beta was coming to an end, or I mean the dev period, not the beta. Atlas went into a dev period after beta, and I had started being in contact with the Trebs, which for those of you who don't know, the Trebs are Binge, Long, Tatarin, Desert, and Wizard people.
I
And
mean,
Thane.
technically, yeah, no, actually, yeah. I mean, technically, it's just Desert, Terran, Pat, but then the other two they
Actually,
got added. But
no, 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 no. The start of the Trebs was Pat, Desert, and
in
Terran.
Terran,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, and
And
then
then
Cody
Ben
and
came along
Ben
due
got
to
added.
Mezel.
So that's why I would go
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, Treb history is like FC
Dude, Treb
9OS
history
Pat
is weird.
is. Yeah.
I'm gonna say because when I joined, those three were the only Trebs, and then like along the line, while I've been around, Cody and Ben got added. So that's who I know.
Yeah. Actually, Cody was, I think, was always like an honorary Treb, like always an honorary Treb due to
Yeah,
Loga.
he I think he was, but I didn't join the Trebs Discord until like a long time after. So
Yeah. Facts with Pike.
yeah,
We'll get to that later. Anyway, so I messaged Ajax asking to come back, and the dude was so like messed up after everything that happened with the War of Lies that he was quick to trigger, so to speak. And he was quick to trigger with me. And it was kind of funny because he accused me. I think the words he used was, uh, he said I was on a high horse with the way I was wording things, and I was thinking I could do no wrong or something like that. And I was like, that's not what I'm saying at all. I quoted myself, and I was like, Ajax, you need to chill. I'm just asking to come back and have a discussion about everything that happened. And that was the first time I think I got Ajax's respect. And we actually had a civil conversation, and I came back to Atlas. Um, when I came back to Atlas, release happened, and um, I was joined the nation of Mezel, led by Ben, Terran, Long, and Desert.
Desert,
And Mezel was probably one of the best times of my life, at least
dude.
on the server. Like, those were some happy days. We were active, we were cooking. I became Grandma Shrek. I was making lore. Like, it was fun. Like, having a nation of 12 actives was very, very
It
fantastic.
was pretty great.
And during this time, I figured out my goal. Or no, I didn't figure out my goal until
Yeah,
after
Paragon didn't
Missile.
exist yet.
Oh yeah, no, it was after. Well, Paragon isn't my goal, but well, yes, but that's not supposed to be exposed. So
Oh,
thanks,
you mean
Pike.
really yet?
Yeah, really, yeah. And
Oh,
during uh, during my Apex days, I kept wanting to make an underwater city called Rillier, and I never did it. But then under Mezzle, I started preparing for it and getting sandstone and stuff. And then the whole raid by Arius from Mezzle happened, and they left. And once again, I was just kind of floating around because I didn't have a home anymore. Everyone was gone, and well, not gone, but everyone was separated. So I joined Laria for a bit, and I helped him out. I still wasn't very active, and then finally, one day, um, Taryn, all right, I'm talking with Taryn, and I find a place to build really, yay, and I'm like, I found a place now to just get my stuff here, and Taryn teleports over to me, builds me a little shack, and says, dude, you've been talking about this for way too long. Make it happen, man. And then I had to fight a Leviathan, like I said in my lore story. Like, him and T spawned a Leviathan and was like, hey, you have no armor, go fight it. And I'm like, fuck. So, yeah. Nowadays, I build Rillier. It's coming together quite well. Uh, we'll get into the plans for Atlas later on. So for now, I will pass it on to Pike. Pike is a missing. I will also add that my goal I mentioned earlier, which I'll go ahead and give a preview to that, was I wanted to. My goal is to be a positive force in the Atlas community. So I'm working my way through the server ranks. I was warden, and now I'm a sentinel, and now I'm just learning to be sentinel. So yeah, Pike, you back yet, baby girl? Boo boo. So Pike is AFK. So I'm just gonna pause this real fast.
How far did you get?
I'm done with my story. Hi guys, by the way, we're back. Sorry about that. I'm done with my story. It's now passed on to you.
All right. So I joined Atlas. Well, actually, I think I started following around late 2017. I started seeing advertisements and stuff for it. Didn't join the server or the Discord until early 2018 with a friend. We'd just gotten, well, he got banned from our server that we were playing on. So then we came to this one. And we made a nation, had about 1,000 gems in our coffers. And he just went completely inactive from the internet. Like, I have not even heard from him in about a year. So after that, I decided I wanted my own nation. So I took the money out of our coffers and I started asking around the Discord to try to find people to nation with. And I got recommended somebody by the name of Gay Tree. I don't think anybody's probably going to remember, but he came from Winterheim, which was another old nation. And we started the nation. Most of you are probably going to know as Boozglade. That
I
actually wasn't the
forgot.
nation's name.
I
That
forgot he
was,
was from Winterheim.
yeah, that's where he originally started. So we made Boozglade, and he brought, I don't really know how to use he, she, or they, but I'm just going to use he because that's what we always refer to him as. Brought along his girlfriend, Dark. I don't think anybody's going to know either, but so then the three of us kind of started the town. I really didn't do anything, which is kind of funny actually, but yeah, I didn't do much for the town. I just kind of sat around during times. Weird time in my life to just sit down and play Minecraft for hours at a time. It really wasn't work. So I did a couple things early on in the nation, and then mostly those other two just took over and ran.
You were
That's
very
based.
active, like in the discords though.
I did talk in the Discord a lot. Yeah, that's actually probably the only reason I really stuck around was because I knew I had friend Discord. So that went on for a couple of months, and then Boozley kind of started to wind down, started to be some drama and stuff, and I left. Actually, I think it was like a week before they announced that we were going to be going back into a dev period. So I actually had 3 nations by this point, and then we went into dev period, and I stuck around. I didn't know if I was going to Atlas or not, but some of the things that they were promising me were, I kind of like some of the ideas they had coming out of dev period, and I wanted to experience that, so I decided to stick around. After reset, I was going to make my own nation again, but on day 1, I got spam invited to Mezzle. Like, I literally got like 20 invites in a row, and my chat was spam, so I just joined Mezzle.
I
Pretty
was
good
one of
decision
those.
in hindsight. So, play with Mezzle. Again, wasn't super active in gaming. I did some things, but I never really did much until the end. Was active in the Discord though.
Yes, very active.
And towards once Mezzle started winding down, I once again decided, you know what, I'm gonna give making my own nation one more shot. So don't tell them. Well, actually, no, they're gonna watch this. Even if they do watch this, they're gonna figure it out. I stole all the mythic loot from Ryondell, and I sold it at Dead Man's for about 500 gems. Did a quest at Dead Man's for another 300 gems, and that was the money I started my nation with. Was Mezzle's mythic loot money and quest money. So I took, I think, 2 inventories of stuff to the place that everybody now knows as Redmont, buried it under a tree, and started my town on top of the hill. Eventually, it actually took me like 2 weeks to cart everything to the top of the hill because I was extremely lazy, but that's not the point. And then I started Insula in Redmont, and I was just kind of chilling. And I think about a week or two after I started it, I got a message from Rim9, and he's like, "Hey, I'm thinking of coming back to Atlas, and Mezzel's dead, so can I join you?" Sure, you know what? Come on, do this together. And that's basically what started Insula, and then it just kind of kept growing into whatever the hell it is now. It's a clusterfuck of memes. And yeah, that's basically where I still am, is just playing with Insula and doing our thing. So that's my basic history, I suppose. I didn't quite go as in depth as Shard, but yeah.
Which I didn't even cover everything about mine because I totally forgot. After Mezzo fell, I joined Slongaria. I joined Laria, left Laria for a bit, joined Slongaria,
I
and
forgot about Slongaria.
then once Slongaria died, I went back to Laria, and that's when I started really such a. I've done a
That's pretty,
lot in 2 years. Holy crap!
dude. I know, right? Although my 2 years have mostly just been sitting around until I made my own nation. Cool. So what did we
Yeah.
have next?
Flirting.
What?
Flirting.
Oh yeah,
Oh, what's your
you're
favorite
hot.
time? Oh, oh, whoa. It's what was your favorite time on Atlas?
Um, at the time, probably early Booze Glade. Probably when like our Discord was really active and stuff.
Yeah.
That was really fun, actually. But I mean, I did like Mezzle. I didn't do a whole ton with Mezzle until after Mezzle sort of died, but I did
Yeah.
like Mezzle. And I think probably my third best time, and one that could easily start growing favorite time on Atlas, is Insula now. It's just been like for the last week, it's just been solid me. Loved every second of it. So
Dude,
that's probably my top three.
your nation is goals because like y'all are a family, like just like how Mezzel was in the early days.
We've all bonded over Insula. And
um, my favorite time is definitely Mezzel, but to be specific, when the food fight came out, when I wrote the food fight, and because that described the amount of fun we had in Mezzel. We had game nights, we were building, we were joking around, there was memes, like it was fun and it was a family. That's also the time I was flirting with Ella very hard.
you're gonna toss that one in there, huh?
uh yeah, just a little bit because she'll get a kick out of that when she watches this.
All right, go for it.
Well, it's already tossed in there. It's recorded now.
Do it again, Shard.
It was when I was flirting with Ella very hard.
Yeah, there you go. Get that ass.
I like your aspect better, baby.
You're welcome.
um. Oh wow, you added this question in there, but you
Which
have
one?
a. Why do you play Atlas?
I was just kind of curious because I think the point I was trying to get to with this is that you and I play Atlas for incredibly different reasons.
I didn't even know
That
you
was kind of
had a reason.
well, I didn't really have a reason for a while. Now my reason is just to farm and dig holes and make memes. So I
Hey,
mean that's my
that's a good thing as ever. For me, why I play Atlas is to be a positive force in the community on a one of a kind server. And basically, to me, which I've told Pike a million times, Atlas is what you make it because it's that much of a sandbox. So yeah. Do you know what's next on the?
do I? Yeah, I can look one second. We're really bad at this, by the way.
It adds to the amusement. Uh,
um,
during this
what's the
intro,
one? What's one upcoming feature that you're most excited for? I think we know what yours is.
Hmm, either the WEQs or Grand Feast.
Ooh. I thought you were gonna say diplomacy, not gonna lie.
Well,
I
I
really expect diplomacy.
here's the thing. I can't participate too much in diplomacy because I'm a sentinel.
That's true.
So
It'll still
like,
be amazing to see, though. I mean, it's going to be an absolute shit show, like the first week after that drops.
oh yeah, it's gonna be a shit show, but it's gonna be a funny one. It should be fun.
It should be. I'm sitting out of it, so I'm just get to watch.
um, I'm going to. I'll be doing all the testing for it because the dev team does the testing. But
Yeah.
the reason why for Grand Feast is because it's fucking cooking and Grandma Chirac's gonna make a return, and it's also gonna be I'm planning a lot of my lore stuff around it.
Yeah.
And then WEQs is because I wrote a lot of those quests, like 50 of them. Well, not 50 of them, um, 27 of them.
Nice.
So yeah, how about you, Pike?
Um, truthfully, I don't really know what's coming aside from what was announced at the state of the server, but if I had to pick one of those, it would probably be Grand Feasts, just because I'm planning a big event in the future, and it would be nice to have this Grand Feast and get culture points for it. Aside from that, what I would be most excited for potentially would be expansions to agriculture, as I'm sure everybody fucking guessed. But yeah, I mean, diplomacy is going to be fun, but I'm sitting out of it for a while, so I'm not really, I'm not really gunning for that to be released at least. I don't even
Yeah.
remember what the other thing was. Oh yeah, world regen. That doesn't really affect me, so.
I, I really need World to regen because if that happens, that means I can start digging up all the sea lanterns in the water and selling it for a profit.
Yeah, but it's going to take like 2 months to regen. That's not going to be a slow profit.
Well, no, if I go to so I'm right next to the world border.
Oh,
I can go down to the corner of the whole map, dig all that up, and then go away, and the chunk won't be loaded for a couple, like for a month, and it'll regen. So
fair
like,
enough.
yeah. Um,
I don't
looks.
think we actually had anything else, but this didn't go quite as long as I thought it would, despite our bullshit.
Oh well, we have a winding down. We can just kind of chat now. We can make this a general chatting thing because we want this to be at least 45 minutes. Like we try adding extra
Yeah.
time, but I guess we talked pretty quickly, and I
I
didn't
mean,
flirt as much. I guess.
yeah. Honestly, I don't think that we're very good at this yet, but I hope we get good at it in the
We'll get
we don't
better.
talk
We
we don't talk
promise.
very much. So even just talking to you is a little weird, to be honest with you.
Hey, it's not my fault. You're the one who doesn't pick up the damn phone.
I mean, I'm yeah, okay, fair enough. I will not deny that, but screw you.
Oh, dude, guess what?
But
I reached 51 followers last night, so all I need to do is average 3 viewers, and I'm on a path to affiliation on Twitch.
damn, nice.
Um, which I'm gonna be streaming and recording. Uh, The Last of Us gameplay. I'm getting ready for The Last of Us 2, and I've never played Last of Us 1.
All right.
So I'm gonna stream that and post the recordings of it to my YouTube. Um, my whole
Nice.
channel is about to get a rebuff on YouTube. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, because you're gonna be posting this on there as well, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna be posting the fit MC esque type history
Yeah.
atlas videos, which that's in the works. Um, so yeah,
Nice.
I'm also gonna do a 1.16 SMP once that completely releases.
Dude, I love 1.16. It's so good.
It's probably gonna be the best Minecraft update in a while.
I would say since 1.9, personally.
Yeah, yeah.
Dead silence. All right, that's cool.
Sorry, Ella just texted me, and I'm like, What are you texting me about?" And she's like, "My sister's dyeing my hair." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Last night I got so scared because she texted me at like 9, and I responded at 9:06, and she didn't respond for the next 12 hours. And like the message she sent me was like non-conceivable. So I
Yeah.
was like, "Is she okay?" She was just drunk. She was just drunk.
I mean, fair enough.
uh, so how's that deer?
Oh, he went away. I don't know where the hell he went.
That
For
sounds like
those,
my
I don't
dad.
think you were recording when I explained that before, but there was a deer that was huffing at me but right before we started recording, and I have no idea where it went, but it was like straight up just like I'm like, bro, what do you want? Go away. So yeah, there was a deer. He was very loud. Kind of pissed me off actually, but that's yeah.
Oh,
How long have we gone? Because I feel like this is just going to be us being idiots for the next 15 minutes if we don't stop.
and that's completely fine. I want to tell you a joke I said, but we're at 30 minutes.
All right,
But I want to tell you a joke I told my friend yesterday.
shoot.
Um, so the other day I'm on YouTube, right, and I'm getting suggestions in my feed, and it's like how the panda population is affected by the
Corona.
coronavirus. It's basically they're having sex naturally, which is like,
Yeah,
yay.
it's
So
actually.
there was one though about them in captivity doing it, and I watched it. I don't know why, but I did.
I know because you sent it to me at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, and if you
Like,
look,
I'm watching pandas have sex. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
the reason why is because at the 2 minute mark there was this perfect line. So the next day I go to work, and I'm like, I look at my coworker and I go, I have the perfect sex advice for you. And my coworker, he's 4'6", he's got some messed up legs, right?
All right.
So I go, here's the perfect sex advice, and I play that video at the 2 minute mark, and it goes, positioning is everything for this proportionally small penis panda. And he looks at me dead in the eye and cracks up. His brother goes, "You just got burned."
That's Oreo, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was Oreo and his
He would
brother.
appreciate that.
Oh. So, yeah, that's my joke. We can end on that if you want.
Oh yeah, let's end right on the panda sex section. This is definitely a Pike and Shard podcast, huh?
The Atlas occasionally NSFW.
Yeah, basically. Hello, everybody from Atlas. You want to hear about panda sex? Yeah.
uh, Dude,
We should
watching
probably
it was so weird.
put a warning at the front of this video. Do not play this over speakers.
It was so weird too because it looked like doggy style with the pandas, but also like it was doing reverse
Yeah,
cowgirl.
yeah, but the pandas are like round, not shaped like dogs.
Exactly.
Don't think I watched it because I was trying to sleep. And you're just like, Pike, 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 pandas. I'm like, no.
But you gotta see him put his bamboo in
Bamboo.
the other panda.
Jeez.
Oh god.
Hopefully someday this podcast actually becomes good and we actually have things to talk about that take 45 minutes.
Instead of
Because oh
panda
my god,
sex.
dude, nobody wants to listen to this.
I don't know. I think they'll get a good crack out of it.
I
Uh,
think everybody's gonna severely judge us, but you know what? I suppose everybody already thinks I'm so that's fine.
yeah, there's already a crusade against you. It's all good. By the way, we're going to be having guests. Pike never mentioned this, but we will be bringing guests onto the podcast.
Oh
Um,
yeah, forgot about that.
yeah. So expect that.
If you want to be a guest, just message one of us on Discord. The only issue is we can only record at like really certain times, so hopefully you can line up with us if you want to be a guest, but if not, we can try.
that, or we can send you questions and you
Ooh,
audio record your response and we just play them out during the podcast.
That would work. Also, yeah, if you have things you want us to discuss, let us know because I mean, I've got a couple things I want to discuss. I think I've got a couple things that could even take 45 minutes to discuss, but I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
not that we have any shortage of things to discuss, but I mean, if you have any great ideas, that'd be
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Any suggestions will work. Like, we're doing this for fun. We've been wanting to do this since the Mezzle days, except Mezzle was just kind of Mezzle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's the thing is we are doing it for fun, but I kind of like I really want it to work out actually,
I really
you know?
wanted to too, especially because it's a project with Pike Uwu.
Yeah. I need an excuse to talk to Shard more, so
Yes, please give me an excuse for him to actually call me. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
mute. Actually, no, you know what? Nope, not gonna say that either.
Oh. By the way, I texted the radio one and I was like, I'm about to I'll be online soon on Atlas because Grim was on, and I said I'm in a voice chat with Pike at the moment, and A just goes, "The heretics are plotting," and Grim goes, "Hey, I'm one of those heretics."
Dude, the Insula Chan and Templar memes this week have been amazing. I gotta say.
The first diplomacy war would be Anna versus the Templars. It's just
Honestly, at this point, probably.
it's just a meme war. It's not actual fighting. It's just
I
memes.
actually want that added as a feature, like where you can just declare a meme war, and we have like a place to post memes and make like diss tracks and all kinds of stupid meme things, and the elders just grade them and add them to our war score manually, like they do for the lore leaderboard.
Have you
I think that'd be
suggested
fucking
this?
sick. No, I should.
You need to. Oh my god, that'd be great. Okay, it's remember the Mezzle diss track. Ah, that was great.
That was that'll be something to discuss too, because I think in the future, because
Our
I
whole
wrote the
Mez,
script
yeah,
and I think you sang in it, didn't you?
I did a small part. I think the whole time in Mezzle would be a good podcast, and then
Yeah.
your time in Boost Bay, my time in Apex. Like we have
Yeah.
plenty of shit to talk about.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the you can go Atlas history, you can go Atlas features, you can go Atlas politics. I mean, you can do whatever you want at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
I would definitely do Atlas history podcast. I think that'd be fun. Yoda's gonna be on my case in like 30 seconds. Be like, "Yo, I heard Atlas history. Slide me in."
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm also doing those fit MC videos, so like we'll have to balance it, sort of.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would assume that yours is gonna be more of like a general overview, whereas this can be more as like what we did because I mean we were part of Mezzle. I wasn't like if you were to do like your fit MC thing and be like, okay, this is like the history of Blothera. Well, I was like, okay, technically I was in Blothera, but I was never in Blothera, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have like 45 minutes of talking about Blothera.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I could talk for 45 minutes about Mezzle.
Yeah, but at the same time, so here's my big reason why I haven't done the videos yet, even though I planned them, is because my voice is not very good for narration.
I don't even think people can probably hear what I'm saying, to be honest.
No, they hear you fine. They hear you exactly as I hear you.
Oh, good. Well, you don't probably don't hear me either, so
Dude, you're. I wish I had your voice. Your voice is perfect for narration.
yeah,
Say,
it
in a
probably would be a
world
bit
where two
mumble.
people fuck.
Wait, you want me to actually say that?
Yeah, say that.
In a world where two people fuck.
Uh, Pike for the next Morgan Freeman.
I should just host state of the server. Let me host state of the server.
Hands down. You be like Caesar from Hunger Games. You're like,
Dude,
hello
yes.
everyone.
I
Over
would just
dramatized.
have the elders there to answer questions, but I actually do all the talking. Pike for next state of the server host 2020.
What if we had a state of the server host? That'd be pretty cool.
That would actually be pretty nice. I mean, the thing is like the elders actually know what the fuck is going on. So if anybody like, oh, what about this? And they can be like, yeah, this, and I just be like, I don't know, ask the elders.
Alright. I think we need to wrap it up. We're gonna hit the 40 mark. That'll be fine. Don't you
All right,
think? 40 mark?
probably. It's the first episode. We can go light on it. So
Yeah. So outro. What did we say we were gonna do for the outro?
I think part of it is just rehashing what we said at the beginning. We're doing this. This is just the first episode, so we're just kind of seeing how it works with like our voice recording setups and stuff. So this is not as serious as most episodes are probably going to end up being. We're gonna be looking to put out 2 or 3 of these a week later on. For now, it's just gonna be 1 a week until we can get more stuff worked out. And I don't really remember what else we said. Mostly it's just for fun, really. I mean, that's the thing. People are going to come in here and be like, wow, this is stupid. But I don't understand. We're just doing this for entertainment, mostly. So,
Hey,
yeah.
it's fun to me, man. So, well, he's
I
been a
think
fish.
that's
Oh,
probably about all we got to say, really.
yeah. Well, he's been a fish, and I've been a fish, and this has been the Atlas occasionally.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
See ya.